Okay, listen up. Yes, I made a fucking mistake. Sure, I don't know anything about spirits. I maybe thought that I knew. I thought that I was powerful and smart. And yes, I am very superstitious. I believe everything people say. But I am pretty naive. Well, I was. Because to be honest, I'm not anymore. Not in real life at least. The thing is, I just made up my own theory. Why? Because I just don't believe the theory that is here now. It doesn't make any sense. If I read something on a website, it tells me things that I'm like, is this enough? Is this far enough? But another reason why I think that way is because I'm philosophic. So I think a lot. And I talk about topics that can be unanswered or there's no answer to it. So my topics are topics. I talk about everything in one thread. Just because I do. And that's how I am. I'm philosophic, I'm superstitious, and I am oversensitive. I am easily jealous. I'm 17 years old, I'm a girl, and yes, I may have some issues. Well, I had them. And sometimes they come back. But only because there are things going on that just hurt me, or there are things going on that people just, I don't know, abuse me. I've literally had moments that friends just left me because I am just myself. And I am questioning that, should I be myself? And eventually I answer to myself, yes, I should be myself. And people don't accept that way sometimes. Because I happen to be superstitious. Or I happen to be a little bit selfish. Or I happen to be very jealous. And now people think like, if you're that, go away from this website. Listen, there are so many different kind of people on this world that have a different way of thinking, a different way of feeling, experiencing, and you should accept those people. They can be like you. And yes, I made threads about things that are unreliable sources with unreliable sources or things that aren't real or not proved. But I am trying to make it up to you guys. I'm trying to make clear that it was a mistake, that I'm just very inventive, very creative and a thinker, and still people don't listen to me and they're like, your comments are trash. And that makes me feel hurt. It feels like I'm bullied almost. I had this my whole life long that people won't believe me, and I sometimes had real facts. I actually searched things and still people wouldn't believe me. And then I think like, why am I even trying to make friends then if people just throw it back at me like that? Yes, I am weird, I'm different sometimes, but that's because I'm myself, like I said, and it won't change. The only thing that changes is the way I see things sometimes. One day I believe in unicorns, other day I don't. Sometimes because I do research and sometimes I see too much and I see too many opinions and I'm like, what is true? Unicorns are usually black. What do they actually have horns? But this article says that unicorns don't need horns, and then I'm go confused, and then eventually I make up my own story and I'm like, there are unicorns with horns and there are unicorns without horns. I am just very strange if it comes to making stories, because always at school if I make a story I cannot just based on facts. I always invent things, and I did it since I was little. I am very creative, inventive, and it happens to be a little bit, I don't know, people don't like it. People don't like my creativity. If I make drawings, fantasy with like, and I put all my work in it, people are like, what is that? And I'm like, it's a thing, it's a drawing. And people are like, but I need proof what kind of thing it is, I want to know what it is. And then I answer and I say, it's just a drawing, dude, it's just something I made. And then they hate my drawing because it's nothing that is real. Sure, we live in a world where facts are needed, where science is needed, but we also live in a world where we should have dreams, where we have wishes, life goals, where people just live here, and you either decide to just become a scientist. You have people who want to become philosopher, you have people who want to become writer, you have people who want to become a singer, because they are interested in other things. Now I'm interested in fantasy, and I'm interested in invention, and I'm interested in things that are different, weird, almost unexplainable, because they're just fun to talk about. And people don't like that. Okay, fine, you don't like my opinion, but I actually try to talk to you guys about it, explain it, apologize. But what you say to me is hurting, and I give up. I decide to not make any threats about it anymore. I just give up. I quit. No threats. Um, I might comment on your thread, but that's the last thing I'm going to do, and I'm just going to keep my comments small and as simple as this. But if I still get mean responses to it, because I even asked a simple question on somebody's thread, on the person's thread that was something I was interested in, and he didn't answer to it. It was the same person that didn't like my threads. So what happens, this person doesn't like me in general because he didn't want to answer my question. He was like, you know what, I'm not going to answer your question because I hate you. I know what you guys think. I know how you think. And it hurts me because I do have empathy, I do feel things, I do sometimes get a little bit of mental disorders, but they go away as soon as I get rid of the person or go away of the person. See, as you hear, my English isn't good either. So now you can have proof that I am not from America, that I don't use pro-English. That's another reason why my threads are so confusing. Just because my English isn't advanced enough. But still, that doesn't mean you should just throw your answers at me. Not even trying to read my threads, just like, yeah, this is another fucking thread that doesn't make any sense, so I just ignore it or type something about, yeah, just fuck it. No, don't do that. Disrespectful. This disrespect. And if you really want to do that to me just because I make mistakes, then you can just go away out of my life. I will just go away of the site, whatever you want. And you can say, yo, wow, you're delusional, we don't hate you at all. Then admit it that you don't hate me and try to fucking respect my apologies. I apologize. Do you guys do it? I don't see anyone apologizing for their actions. They always want to have rights. They always want to have the right. I even ask consent to go to the bathroom sometimes. To my own parents in my own home. Because I care about these people and I care about you still. Though you throw everything at me just like that. It's not fair. That's why I sometimes want to kill myself, but I don't do that. I don't even cut myself. So I know I don't own any disorder. Because if I did, I would even try to kill myself. Or I would literally have this condition almost every day, if it had to. But it's been weeks now and I still feel normal. I am only a little bit sad and confused, but I just got over my crush. I just went to a little market. I bought some stuff. I just ate normally. I talk to people normally. I just have a conversation. There's nothing wrong with me. You can tell, right? Or is it just because I use my hands by talking gestures that I'm still weird to you? Then obviously you guys don't know how I am. Of course you don't know because we don't know each other in real life, but it's like we're different worlds. Looks like I am another person, another human being or something, another race to you. Just because I speak different wise, or I act different wise, or I reflect things different wise. But that's not. I'm just a human. I'm just like you. I am just different, and you're just not used to people like me, probably. I understand how difficult it is to talk to people you don't know or barely know, but sometimes you have to. You can't ignore them forever. If you go to work and you have to work with a partner or with a person you don't know or don't like, you have no choice. And it's either a way of having a fight with this person or just doing that work to get that project and have a good point, or how do you say, like your boss will be happy about your work and you will keep your job, you will get your money. But if you, of course, only strive for money, that's your problem, of course. But you had to work with this person, whether you like it or not. And if I stay on this website and make threads, you should just take it as it is. And if I make a comment on your thread and it's a real question or a question that is understandable, just answer it at least, or try, instead of hating me. Because now you have no reason to hate me, to be honest. I didn't make a fight. I just argued with you guys because I was frustrated about the way you did to me, or spoke to me. And if I message you, you either call me a weird person, and if I tell you why I act weird, you ignore me, or you say something hurtful. Thanks a lot, though. Actually, thanks a lot. That was sarcastic, by the way.